Hello, Mixer. I am not your DM today. I am down here. Today we'll have Firefly with her intro song going ahead and DMing this session. So let's kick it right over to her so she can set everything up and we can get on the way. Hello, DM Firefly, coming off your intro music.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, actually. We are over here on Mixer, so why don't you set everything up for us, Miss DM?
Alright. I assume everyone is conveniently at the Burning Phoenix Guild.
Yes, indeed, he feeds the needy.
Alright. Well, there's a lady that comes in. She looks very much just like a housewife. She still has like her apron on, a bit of flour in her hair, and she's going around and she's waiting her turn to post a bounty, looks like. And she's shifting from back to forth on her feet, looking around at everybody.
Hello, miss. My name is Belstar. You can call me Fal. Can I help you?
Oh, read it.
Hello. My name's Molly.
Are you all...
You can call me Molly.
We can hear you.
Are you alright, ma'am?
So your name's Molly, but we can call you Molly. Okay, Molly.
Did I do...
Is everything alright, Molly?
Well, I hope so. I came here to post one of those bounties that I've heard. That's what this guild does, right?
That is what the guild does. What seems to be the trouble?
Oh, good. Well, it's nothing really. Some of my kids were playing out back, and they were throwing rocks at each other. And one of them hit what we thought was just the big cliff that was next to our property. But then it crumbled a little bit, and there was a passageway down. Of course, the boys, they didn't go and get us right away. They went and explored. And they said that there was some things moving in there and talking. Stuff with red eyes. And they didn't get really close, but I'd rather not have that so close to the property. I just needed a couple of people to go check it out.
Well, I imagine we could certainly take a look. Whereabouts is this?
Oh, she gets a map. Over here. I should probably move you to the map.
Yes, please.
Hold on. Can see the settlement. We live right here.
If you're pinging, I didn't see anything. Oh, there it
Rose
is.
Harbor.
It pinged just as soon as I said that.
Rose Harbor.
Huh. Sounds quaint.
Sounds calm.
It's home. I like it. We live in a farm a little bit of ways, but it's nice. Usually quiet.
Were the boys able to describe the manner of which whatever these were speaking?
Were they speaking in common, ma'am? Is what I think he's trying to ask. First.
They were.
Or did they have accents or anything like that?
They said that they sounded slimy.
Slimy. That's definitely different.
I don't know.
How do you sound slimy?
Well, the way they described it was...
Like pudding.
Okay.
I've punched a pudding before.
Why
would you
punch
explode
pudding?
on it.
Why did you punch pudding?
Jaren,
It was.
Jaren rubs
it was-
his forehead. Good.
It was trying to eat. It was trying to eat my friends.
Why was pudding? Did you mess up the recipe that bad?
Jaren looks at Oceanus and cracks a grin. You really did have interesting training techniques at the temple, didn't you?
This was after the temple, but yeah.
I'm just confused. The poor pudding.
Looks to cracks another smile. Looks to Jocelyn. You never did meet Tenon, did you? And is the weird.
No. Am I
You
glad
were-
I didn't?
You were rather fortunate you didn't.
Okay.
He was an interesting character. Very,
Eclectic.
yes, would be the right word.
So back to Molly. Anything else you can tell us?
The boys didn't see much, they just came and told us. I poked my head in just to investigate. You can certainly hear it sounds like some things are in there, but I didn't go in further to investigate. I came right here. We were getting ready for supper. Sorry, my hair's a mess.
It's
No
perfectly
worries,
alright.
man.
I can, if you want to go, we saved up some gold. Give you about, is 25 enough? Oh.
Jaren looks and
Yeah, you don't need to pay us just for looking into something like this.
Jaren then looks back to Bal and says, "We don't deal with monetary. Let's save motions to the goblin. Don't be afraid. Allie is a lovely person. She's just a goblin." Allie waves.
She's very good
Oh.
with money.
Oh. Hello. Molly waves back. Haven't seen a goblin. Friendly like that.
No, if you see a goblin in the wild, you should be a little bit afraid. But Allie here is a good member of the guild.
I nod in confirmation.
Okay. Thank you. Good. I guess I'll see her about money for you guys. And do you wanna wait and I can take you back, or
Oh yeah, I mean, you were getting ready for dinner, of course.
yeah. Oh, did you want to stay for dinner?
How about we look into it first, in case there is danger?
Yeah.
Okay. Later. I'll get started for when you get back. She goes and she talks with Ailey a little bit and gets stuff worked out and marches back over to you guys.
After you.
Okay. She goes out and she marches down to the teleportation circle and she looks to Gavon and Gavon looks to her and he says, "Where you headed?" He says, "I'm headed back home." "Oh, where's that?" "Rose Harbor." He stops and thinks. That doesn't have a... "Do you have something from home?" He pulls out she pulls out like a little trinket. He says, "Good enough!" And he sends you guys on a teleport along with her. And you end up there. Alright, maps.
So what do we see around? What's the what do we see of this small town?
Oh, you guys end up just outside the farm, like the farmhouse. And in the distance, you can see the town. It's mostly a couple of, like, maybe at max 6 buildings. There's one that looks like a church, and there's one that looks like it's big, more of a meeting hall for when they have different meetings. And then there's a couple of farms around. Cattle. They moo at you as you go, as you look by. Yeah.
I wave. What's the temperature like? Is it cold, warm?
Actually, hold on, I'll look.
I'm trying to figure out how I'm dressed.
It's like seasonably warm. There's a bit of a wind, but it's slightly colder. It's about 49 degrees Fahrenheit, or 9 Celsius.
Yep, in the jacket.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Jaren feels great with his Boots of the Winterland.
I'm with him. I'm with him. My Boots of Winterland buddies.
Thank you, Molly. You go ahead and go inside and stay with your family.
Okay. Hope it's nothing. We'll have supper ready soon. Were you guys going right in there, or were you gonna go to the town?
I definitely go to the town. I mean, we'd go to the town. The boys found it, but someone else might know something about it.
Yeah, actually, that's smart. Yeah.
Ask questions.
Talk
Yep.
and find out all the NPC names.
Yes, I will get my notes at the ready. All the NPC names, all 80 of them.
Okay.
I hope you're prepared.
So you guys turn around and you go to the village. And you make it up to the village and you see, looks like town crier waving to people and calling out things that, like, new letters that he got from, there's a tavern over there to your left, just a couple of drunks milling about. It's about 5 o'clock, so people are usually just getting off work. There's a bunch of hubbub and people laughing and seem to be having a good time.
What's the tavern's name?
Tavern's name is the Salted Bat.
Assaulted
Assaulted
bad,
what now?
Bass or bad?
Bat. B-A-T.
Bat.
Oh,
okay.
bat. Okay, I heard salsa bag. I got very confused about the
Sounds
salsa.
like a good dish.
Never
It's
eaten
the
that
specialty.
before.
Okay, what else do we see? Like,
I mean, you see the well, you see some priests milling about. There's a temple, well, not really a temple, but there's like a church there for people to go, and there's a couple of shrines.
any street performing?
A little bit. There looks more like a teenager, not really a bard, but he's going around
Not
and he's
yet a
juggling.
bard, but not yet a woman.
Exactly.
She gives them a thumbs up.
He tries to give you a thumbs up, and then he drops his juggling balls, and he panics. Like, oh,
It's okay. Keep trying. You'll get good. I promise.
So I see.
thank you.
So it's true. Bards tend to sabotage one another.
Wait,
He
no.
laughs. He's just a kid too.
No, I'm just no. She looks really sad about that. No, I'm just,
I think
no.
because you can sense their big grins about their faces.
And the little kid picks it up and has the whole tongue stuck out of one side, really concentrating. It looks up and finally gets like all three of them in a good juggle, and it cheers. Hey,
Here we go.
I applaud politely.
Applauds.
And look
Applauds.
at the others. So, tavern potentially.
Town crier.
Town crier maybe.
I could go.
I thought something that's resembling a meeting hall, local meeting hall.
So 3 different locations that are viable for information.
Tavern's generally the first. Then that's where most people are going, right? After work is the tavern.
But wouldn't the town crier have any news?
If they've got to him yet.
Yeah.
True.
Besides anything that the town crier has already told that people in the tavern would do. So. Yeah, tavern's best bet.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess we head towards the tavern.
The bard leads the way to the tavern.
So what's the inside of this tavern look like?
It's rather presumptuous of her, but go on.
as you go in the tavern, you go past the heavily used wooden door, There's cheerful singing inside, and there's lots of excitement. You see the bartender. She's buried in lots of people getting orders since they just came in, but when she sees you, she still welcomes you with a friendly nod. There's wooden beams that come all around up to the second floor, and it seems like they have flags and all sort for the country of Silvervine that they have on the banisters and over in the little nooks and crannies.
He stops and looks to Oceanus and whispers, "Didn't Marcus just get exiled from here?"
I had heard something to that effect.
We should probably not mention it. His name.
He nods and looks back towards the Rowdy Tavern. The bartender's rather strapped, but...
Is there a bard in here?
Up on the stage? Yeah.
Bards hear everything. I speak from experience.
He's busy performing, but...
True.
Yeah, I was about to say, he looks a little busy. How about we go order a drink? And, we can ask the bartender then.
Give me a table. Give us a table. Jaren walks towards the stage.
Wait, what'd you say? I
Sit at a table.
Get us a table.
Okay, I get us a table.
He walks up to the bard.
He's playing and performing, and he looks at you.
I pull out my coin purse.
His eyes go big.
I start pulling out platinum pieces.
His eyes go bigger.
You are a bard of Silvervine? The country itself?
He nods.
And you, obviously being a bard in the tavern, you've heard all the great stories, correct?
Why, of course. Yes.
See, and he looks to spots as people get a table. Finish your, obviously, a performance, and then meet us. We require a prior performance and some information. Obviously, we'll compensate you for your time.
Oh, of course. Of course. Is there any particular tale so I can prepare, or?
The tale of the exiled brothers.
He mumbles to himself a little bit. Squints at you. Nods.
Doesn't squint back, he just looks, okay? I mean, I can find someone else if you don't want the coin.
Jocelyn starts tuning her lute.
Oh, no, I did it. Is that a lute? You have a bard. Why did you...
Because he, obviously, do you want another bard playing in your tavern?
He shakes his head.
We're just making sure we don't step on any toes.
She smiles.
Thank you. I'll finish performing here, and I should be right around. If you're staying to eat...
Oh, we'll be getting food. No,
all right.
we won't be eating, we'll just be getting a drink. We
Okay.
have somewhere to get, we have someone offering us food.
Oh, okay. I should be fairly soon then.
Nods and smiles. Walks to the bar. Does the same thing. Pulls out his grand purse and starts pulling out platinum.
The tavern owner's eyes go wide.
We have a table. Please bring drinks, both ale and water, for each member. Do have a request if obviously the coin is good.
Oh, of course.
Outside of your bard there, which of these people know anything about the cliffs? Or local rumors, old ones?
Why... He scratches his head a minute. Looks... Why you want to know?
we're here for a job.
From who?
Molly.
He blinks a moment. He said, "Oh, she finally get fed up with her no good husband."
Oh no. Basically, the kids apparently found some sort of cave. And they saw some things, so we're here to, make sure that the town is safe.
Oh, well, thank you. At least someone cares for the safety. That's good.
Oh, I'm sure there are many that care for the safety of Silvervine.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
I'm gonna insert that.
I'd like to also.
okay.
May I?
Yeah. I mean,
It's terrible.
But aren't we sitting all the way over at a table?
No, you guys got one close. I'm not,
Okay.
I would imagine. Yeah.
I mean, unless you want to sit across from your party, like way away from everyone.
You guys get in the road corner. He's like several yards away. You can split the party in the tavern. It's fine.
The road corner is actually in a different building. It's that nervy.
Yeah, exactly. It's that shadowy corner. There's no light. Okay, Jaren. What were you inciting?
That people care for the town. Like, what is he? Is it more like he thinks something's afoot, or is it like because of recent political issues? Because obviously we have some information. With a guild member being.
Oh yeah. Now you would get that. It wasn't a very high DC. You would get that he's definitely a little suspicious about the concerns that people would have based on what's been going on.
Sharon kind of smiles and nods and says, and puts an extra platinum down. It gives him 3 platinum, it's like 30 gold. For this guy, it's a ton. Puts it down and says, if you wish to talk later, in private about concerns, I can make them known to proper people without your name being dragged into it.
He looks at the gold. He looks to you. Looks back to the gold. Back to you.
Platinum.
I would appreciate that. The platinum. His eyes grow even wider. I would appreciate that. This is going to help a lot.
He smiles and nods. We'll be waiting for our ales, and he smiles, walks over towards him.
Okay. All right. He goes and he starts not yelling, but calling in the back, yelling, getting orders ready and things. And a little bit later, a serving girl comes out and she has a big mug that has more mugs on it than for you guys. You get that she's just delivering to you guys first as she moves around.
Thank you, ma'am.
She nods.
I take a sip. How's the ale? Good quality or average?
Roll me D100.
He's proficient with brewing. He knows things. At least I'd like to think so. 26.
It's pretty good. I mean, you could probably make better, but it's pretty good.
He gives an approving nod.
I'd like to point something out as editing this sheet. And apparently no one ever read Slowfall properly before. You realize it's not feet, it's damage amount.
You mean Featherfall?
No, Slowfall.
Slowfall, the monk ability.
You do not reduce, you don't ignore damage from the fall. Like if you fall 60 feet, level 12, it'd be 5 times your monk level. It's actually 60 damage from falling.
Oh,
So
well, that's different.
that's actually what it says. No one ever read it properly.
Yeah.
So, huzzah!
You're learning.
Huzzah.
I like the old way, though. Sounds a
No,
lot.
you don't. You don't, because you can fall from higher and take more. If the dice are low, you can take no damage.
If it does it by damage, then if you're 61 feet up, you would take all the damage, it sounds like, the other way. And then this way.
Well,
as long
This
as...
way, it's basically for every, similar to that. So 60 feet, right? You ignore 5. If it rolls a 5 or lower, you would ignore the damage. It has to roll a 6 to do any damage to you on the dice. So it's nice. It's actually much better.
Mhm.
all right. So
Thank you for that.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you. Every monk takes a moment to change their stuff.
oh no, I had it written down right. I just
But it's been used improperly.
currently 55 damage then.
So, yeah, smiles waitress and we'll have some information coming towards us. Unless you wish to interrupt everyone's meals.
You did
Who are
well.
you talking to?
Good ideas.
Was that to the waitress?
Oh.
No, he says
All right,
after the waitress leaves.
Oh, okay.
Jacob gave her gold, so.
She takes it, she blesses, and she goes about her job.
Takes the, didn't know which of you drank, which of you didn't, so ordered one of each.
Thank you. She smiles brightly and drinks the water.
The ale is of a good quality.
Drinks
I
the
could
ale.
make better. Here I could probably make better, but drinks.
Jacob will drink one of each.
Jaren will also drink Jocelyn's ale. So she doesn't drink.
She doesn't care.
I'm not gonna waste it, you paid for it.
I guess you.
If he just grabbed it before I could.
After a little bit, the barge sashays over. Looks to all of you. Did you guys leave him an extra seat, or is it just like...
There's definitely, I think we would have grabbed a seat.
Yeah, he goes and he plops down in the seat, looks to everybody, and then looks around. A couple of people, when he walks over, they raise their mugs at him. Like, obviously, they know him. He waves and they cheer. He waits till they look back at their drinks and looks back to you.
Smiles. So, the recent story. We've heard of some changes, and we fear that we should hear it from a true Silvervine bard.
The Exiled Brothers.
Yes.
That's a new one.
It is.
Very recently heard. Well, he clears his throat. Silvervine had always been a land of prosperity and happiness, and after we helped with the war and everything, our rulers, the nobles, they went and secluded themselves away a little bit to help with furthering the kingdom and making it so Silvervine could prosper and grow. I heard this from one of my uncles, you understand. He always had a great respect for the family and everything that they've done. We hear stories that people would say that we had other villages and cities that were added to our kingdom, and that just meant that we had more neighbors. It was great. But then we heard that apparently the Lord, after he went back to the island and started adventuring, he wasn't as home as much, and it seemed as though he started to disconnect from his people, his family, and tell, he was angry, moody, sullen. So, the good people of Silvervine attempted to waylay that, attempted to talk some sense into him. It apparently did not go well, as last I heard. Everyone except the old matron was away somewhere. Not quite sure where, but somewhere. They're not in the castle, at least, last I heard. But there are whispers that eventually that his brother was appointed to rule in his stead. That he's the one that's going to be able to do something about all those nasty rumors about Drow and Drider and make us feel safe again.
Did you not feel safe? What had the first brother done to make you feel unsafe? You, personally. Each person should feel safe in their home, should they not?
Oh, I quite agree with you. He takes a sip from like a hip flask that he has. Mm-hmm. I agree with you. It's just I felt perfectly safe. I travel to the different places around. I'm only staying here for a little bit. Just performing for a little bit until I get orders to go elsewhere. Or requests, I should say.
You see, now, I do have a question for you, because you've been in Silvervine for, during the Titan War with the Great Frost, right?
Oh, yes.
Now, Jocelyn, weren't you telling me that it was that first lord that secured food for his people due to his adventuring?
Yes, I did tell you this.
Did you know that one?
No, I didn't.
Yes.
I assumed it was the old matron. She had sold off some of her goods. At least that's the story that we hear about.
But either way, the ruling body provided for you in a time of great crisis. It sounded like. It's shocking to me. What do you know of this new lord, the other brother?
This other brother. He's supposed to have watchful eyes, a stern demeanor, watchful eyes, ways so that nothing gets by him. Constant vigilance, I believe, was brandied about. Something that wouldn't be divided on his loyalties. I don't think that he's an adventurer, but last I heard there was some confusion, because they had to pass something to allow him to come back, because he was gone for quite a while, just like the original lord was. But from what I can gather, he must have been gathering information about the kingdom and how to rule. If they're thinking of appointing him, I can't imagine they would do it without reason.
Interesting. So, stern is always interesting.
It is, isn't it?
Yes.
Stern, but hopefully it's just tales. So, I've never met the man myself, but...
You'd mentioned Drow, right?
Yes!
What is the Warrior of Drow?
They're slavers that they're gonna come and just kidnap us in our homes, of course.
And, I mean, I'm being a bard, of course, like yourself. Who normally takes care of Drow incursions?
Generally the guard, if they've been with much of the bigger cities. If you're more inclined to believe some of our tales, there are great heroes and adventurers that rise up in times of need.
I mean, I've killed Drow before, but the rest of you?
Yeah?
Yes.
Jacob gives a nod.
Looks like your tales are pretty spot on then.
Tell me, do they truly have the black skin like they say, and the cobalt eyes, and...
Dark skin to a purple tint is what I've experienced. White
Could I...
Looks to Joshua, of course.
No.
You start to kind of purse to speak, he'll defer to the bard. You're a better talker than he is.
No, I just wanted to insight. If I could, I just wanted to see if I could roll insight to see how new this guy is as a bard. 26.
You can tell that he's seen some experience as a bard. He's obviously not an adventuring bard like you are, but he deals in stories and of the kingdom, and he's able to. He wants to learn more so that he can better craft a story. And getting these details, like what he's asking for, right, can make it so that if he does need to expound on a few half-truths or hearsays, that this makes it better.
She smiles to him. As a bard myself, you make me proud to see you as a bard. I can tell you have great potential as a bard. I hope you craft a great story that you wish to craft.
He inclines his head to you.
What's her name, by the way?
His name is Irish.
Can you spell that for me, please?
He's got brown hair and green eyes. He's a half elf.
I knew a half elf once. Half bard. That's another time. But it's a pleasure meeting another bard, especially in a place like this. She smiles brightly to him.
In a place like this, it's always a pleasure to meet another bard, no matter where we happen to be.
Oh yes, of course. Bards, we're all like family, are we not?
Big dysfunctional family, where no one knows each other's names half the time. I blame Dale, personally.
She laughs at that.
Tarek says nothing.
It was nice meeting you. Really.
It was nice meeting you as well. So these drow, you said that you fought them. Were they as cold and as calculating as I've heard? Twisting your words?
Some can be. Ones I've encountered. Most of the ones I've encountered personally that have been combatants. I've done little talking, more brute force or magic. There have been, to be fair to them, there have been drow that I have met and interacted with that have been on our side.
He blinks.
They are rare, and you should always worry and keep your guard up.
He nods. Of course. Could be a trick. Like they have in the stories, of course. Grand ruse. You say that they fought with you. That's interesting.
Val tilts his head a little bit as this is being discussed. Stays quiet.
They all aren't. It's very interesting. Maybe some of the other stories are true. Interesting. Alright. I'm sorry. I got distracted. He'd begun writing on a piece of parchment.
No, you were not distracted. You were focused on your craft.
And that is determination. She smiles.
Looks to the rest of the party. Do you have any questions for our dear friend here?
Whenever you go back on stage, may I perform with you?
During this judgment we do have work and a dinner.
Fair enough. Maybe another time then.
He smiles. Come back and we'll talk about it.
She nods.
Perhaps sometime you may be of interest to come out towards the Burning Phoenix Guild and perform at the Stalwart Tavern as well.
Oh, the Burning Phoenix. The Burning Phoenix. That is the new Adventuring Guild, isn't it?
It is, and we are representatives.
Oh. Well, what can you tell me about the place? What's it like? We've only heard it in stories. Is it truly a massive fortress? On an island with rip currents and tides and sea creatures to keep wanderers away?
Jared just kind of puts his hand over his face.
Yeah, Jocelyn rubs her face and like
waits for Jacob's response. By the way,
There are some measure of defenses, but insofar as the sea folk, my companion here would be far more knowledgeable than I would in such an endeavor. And Jacob gestures towards Tarek.
The Irish looks toward the human. Are you a sailor? Do you know much? Have you sailed through the seas? Battled the sea monsters?
I've used to swim a lot.
You swam with the sea monsters? Tell me everything!
Yes, Dirk, grand tale. The bard here.
A tale fit for bardic tales.
You may become famous.
Very famous, bardic famous.
You can spread the knowledge of what's inside the guild, so that others can witness that it's not scary. He's poised, ready to write.
He looks very uncomfortable.
16 insight. Why does he think the guild's scary?
He's heard that, well, based on what he's seen, this is from his point of view, mine, because he's just seen their one representative come in and out, and that's been Marcus. And it's not been, before he went to Adventure, he stayed, and they spent like 5 years, and the city grew, and Silvervine prospered, right? He goes back and goes to adventuring, and all of a sudden the Lord becomes frustrated and angry and gets maneuvered out of power, practically. So he figures that it must be something on the island, at least. And based on the tales that he's heard about it being a fortress and sea monsters and different things, it's obviously a great stress, and people keep to themselves so that they're very busy with whatever the adventurers do. It just...
No, that's fair. I just wondered.
He kind of shifts, like he's not really sure how to continue because he's not really a storyteller. Like it wasn't recently; it was years ago. I used to spend a lot of time at the bottom of the ocean. You meet things down there, aside from the usual sharks, octopuses, walruses, and stuff.
His pen is scratching as it writes. You spent time at the bottom of the ocean?
I used to live there.
You lived there?
He nods.
That's it, too. He was trying to insight you.
I figured. That used to be possible, not anymore, but...
Jaren leans with his hand on Tarek's shoulder and looks around. You see, recently, our dear friend Tarek here fell in an epic battle defending his friends. But, you see, we came across this, what was that druid's name that did that deed for us? Looking to the rest of the party.
That is incredibly broad.
That was able to bring Tarek back to us.
Oh, him. He
yes.
was
Marcus
started
something?
with a M? Yeah, Marcus. That's it.
Yes, Marcus.
What was his last name? I can't think of it. Don something? Is it Don Hollow?
No. I know the name. Yes.
Dawnbreaker, yes, that's his name.
Dawson
See,
immediately looks around to see people's reaction upon that name being shouted.
Tarek was lost, his soul being claimed well before his time, and through a great ritual, Tarek was brought back to us. He used to look a little bit more blue. Tarek's, Jared smiles, but he was able to have his life restored due to that man, that Marcus Dawnbringer's great deeds.
He did? I did, the Lord did that. I did not know.
The Lord? What are you speaking of, Lord?
I suppose it's previous Lord now, isn't it? If you're exiled.
That great man is your exiled Lord. Oh,
I happen to remember
he
a
saved my life a
Marcus
few times.
Dawnbringer also who ended up being quite an assistance, not only with the druids, but during the war that occurred in Penrith a few years ago.
Yes, he's a great man. Saved my life, fought well, wise.
When you guys had said the name Dawnbringer, some of the people started whispering to each other and talking, and they're suddenly really more interested in what the bard's talking about.
I have a passive 19.
I have a passive of 29, and I have observant.
I know you. You do. At least I do, okay?
Gosh darn it, you people.
I have
have a 20.
observant. I know what they're saying.
I have a 20 of them.
What languages do you speak?
Well, let me see. Elvish, Draconic, Sylvan, Druidic, Orcish, Thieves' Cant, and Giant.
Alright. No, yeah, you hear mostly whisper. You guys whisper, hear some whispers in common about, he said Dawnbringer, he did say Dawnbringer. Right. Which one? Dawnbringer? Marcus, apparently. But he's not been around. Is he coming back? I don't know. And then you hear another gaggle of people that are in the shadowy road corner, talking amongst themselves in Thieves' Cant. It's like,
Oh, they are they?
Oh,
they are! They are! They said, Dawnbringer again. Dawnbringer this, Dawnbringer that.
Jacob will speak up in Thieves' Cant and go, why yes, the Dawnbringer. Marcus Dawnbringer.
Bringer of dawns.
Their heads snapped to you as...
Jaren waves without looking to them.
They look over to their shadowy road corner. This thing broken. I think it's broken. Just darn it. Ellis, this is all your fault. We're always crapping still.
Ellis, you shouldn't let them shame you like that.
He pulls out. Jaren's looking through his bag, and I forget he has rave moss. It's the. I'm gonna use it at some point. It's gonna be great.
I remember, okay.
You remember the grave moss? Yeah, okay.
I don't. What's that do? Can I ask?
He just looks at it and goes, and puts it back. You'll find out.
Yeah. Dawnbringer. That new level help. No, he won't. Just be like the others. He's not even here yet. You don't know that.
What manner of help do you need that you would ask about the Dawnbringer?
Oh, you're asking the rogues?
Yeah, he's asking in Thieves' Cant.
Oh, well, it would be very pleasant to be able to go about our business without having to worry about certain individuals coming aware. Or, being attacked in the woods or some such.
There are attacks occurring in the woods?
So I've heard.
Is there any particular person that's been speaking of these attacks in the woods?
Millie. They whisper amongst themselves, and they go like, Millie, I think it was Millie. I think it was. Orin, yeah, no, it was Millie. Yeah, it was definitely Millie. Orin was telling us when he came back to town that there had been some people that had gone missing in the caravan. Around some port in Silvervine, but it was apparently taken care of, measured up, but hopefully, at least, most of the people were able to get out.
Jacob would look to
Slavers.
Jaren and the others, and he will inform them about the attacks and the missing people that have been happening in the forest, and the fact that Millie and them had been informing other people about it and speaking of it.
Molly, you mean? Or Millie?
I heard Millie.
No, Millie, this is someone different. It's somebody that was from the camp where you guys went with,
No, I know. I know in character.
Okay, cool.
Out of character, I know. But my character's not here. There's a nice big chunky report there, though, about it.
Yay!
Okay, more troubles.
Jan looks over and says, we shall look into it, see if we have any details. If not, we shall speak to the guild and maybe taking care of that issue for you as well.
Several of the rogues raised their glasses.
As, of course, a great thank you to one of yours who helped us.
They blink, tilt their head, because I don't think they've seen you before.
The Marcus Dawnbringer.
Oh. I'm not sure if one of them chuckles. I'm not sure if he'd like being accused of being like us common folk, but sentiment, I'm sure.
He despises the title Lord.
He was never too keen on being called Sir or Majesty or any of that, any of the times that I've seen him.
Really?
Perceptions are one hell of a thing.
So are perspectives.
So are assumptions.
Looks to Val or Tarek if they have a quip as well.
So are stories.
Looks to Jocelyn.
I already
Come
said
on,
mine.
come on. For Tarek. Jared chuckles.
Nudges him. So are friendships.
Bessie, y'all took all the good ones.
Jocelyn giggles to that.
Ah, very well done. I believe we have a dinner to get to. It has been very enlightening to all of you. It looks to the barmaid's still walking around, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of counts up the number of people in the bar, puts down appropriate amount, which would cover a round of drinks in platinum, obviously, because he has no gold pieces. So it's usually platinum.
Oh, well, they appreciate it because they think it's an intentional effort to promote silver for Silvervine, so they like it.
And it puts it down and says, a round of drinks, obviously to our common thread.
Common thread. Ah,
He looks
Marcus
at the bar.
Dawnbringer.
Marcus.
Ah, Marcus. Ah. To Marcus. He goes and he scoops up the gold and starts distributing out
Oh yeah. As
on where we need to get.
Jen looks at everyone. So then our business is good.
What about the cliffs?
We didn't get someone that was told about the cliffs, so we're gonna go head back to Molly's house, which is near it.
Right.
We can hit the town crier on the way back, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hope not literally.
It depends on his personality.
Yep.
That's worrisome.
One of the drunk patrons, he's not been drinking. He's on his first drink, but he's totally smashed. Leans over and says, "Heckle up here. He doesn't stand for nothing."
Well,
I didn't understand a word that said.
I didn't understand.
You say heckle doesn't stand for nothing?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Is that the name of the town?
Are you Heckle?
Ah!
Is this the town crier that was outside?
Maybe.
Any good stories, Heckle?
I've got tons of stories.
Tell us your story.
About the cliffs.
Not true ones. Stories about cliffs. Y'all are really specific. So,
Yes, we are.
It's good. Specific is good. He takes a sip of his drink. You just need to know why you're looking into the cliffs. Which cliffs? The ones on the left or the ones on the right?
One's by Molly's house.
Oh! Okay. Molly's cliffs. Well, they're really nice. Made of some kind of black stone. Really cool. As far as I know, used to be some kind of, I want to say, dwarves or something that were there, but this was years ago. I heard it from my grandpa, and they heard it from their grandpa. You know, those dwarves live for a really long time. And we ended up just passing it down. But it's supposedly had one time been somebody's workstation where the dwarves did something or other. And then there was this supposedly big calamity, and then the whole thing just got shut off. But as far as I know, the dwarves paid up over it, and nobody's seen or heard anything since.
Jaren
We-
nods.
He looks to you guys, and his gaze sharpens a bit, and is there something wrong over there?
That's what we aim to find out.
He sighs and says, I knew we should have told her. But we didn't want her to worry if there was nothing there. It's been years.
Tell her about what
Since
exactly?
what?
About the dwarves and things, but I didn't want her to get them with the kids poking around where they didn't need to go.
Well, now is the time to be forthcoming. What's this about dwarves?
Jared looks at Tarek. He goes, how much ale did you drink?
The man looks to his mug. Did you drink my ale?
Out of character, I'm laughing.
Out of character, I'm confused.
He just told us the
He
story.
just told us.
Oh, I couldn't hear y'all. I heard some key words and silence and a few more words, silence.
I got you. Don't worry, we have the story.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So, he nods to the man and says, thank you very much.
Must have been stronger than I thought. Pushes it away. Drinks the water.
That's why I don't drink on the job.
New body, man. Well, technically, new body, so that's why you're all out of sorts. Heckle nods and goes to his drink, and
That's why I don't drink on the job.
I'm thinking of transferring to Drunken Master, but it's not working out.
a drunken master. Oh, those are those ones that hit really hard when you rile them up, aren't they?
Well, I mean, I can hit you really hard when you rile me up too, but yes.
Yeah, but they do it with such style. I can hardly walk a straight line. They can walk up bridges.
Jaren smiles and says, but they can do this, and literally puts radiant energy in his hand.
I can't even do that.
Whoa, you're a nightlight!
I so wish you 17th level. When he has the ability to actually become a nightlight. Oh man, I wish he was. So much right now.
Wait, so Jocelyn's still wearing like skimpy clothing even in this weather. How many drunkards are actually looking at her? I've been curious.
You've had 7 people proposition you.
Wait, what'd you say?
It's a very specific number. She had that ready. I like it.
Wait, what'd you say? Can you repeat yourself?
You had 7 people proposition you.
Do I know about this?
Yes.
Yeah.
I said it to you.
She looks very uncomfortable.
Jaren laughs. Don't worry, Jocelyn will come back for you later. And starts walking out the door.
No, you're not. Walks.
Jacob goes to follow.
Have fun.
No, follow.
Follow.
I chase after them.
Okay, so we're heading back to the cliffs. I have a serious question. How long has it been since we got to where we arrived at the cliffs originally?
I would have thought we kept it within an hour because she was getting dinner ready.
Okay, I was
There's
wondering
an
because I'm thinking I can cast Dark Vision on me and you, and then the hour in the tavern can be a short rest. And I can cast it on Jocelyn because I get a spell slot. Now we all have it.
We don't
I think
know
it's the
if
last.
it works. If that's what you would like to do.
I think it lasts 3 hours. Yep.
Just remember to mark down the spell slot.
Yep, I have none left now. So I took 2 to do us, and then I got 1 back, and then I used it. So.
Okay.
That is smart. Wow.
So we can all see in the dark.
So you guys all make it back to Molly, and she's picked I don't know what the technical term is probably a plantation supper.
You don't
It's got
have,
all the good things.
Dynamic lighting gun, do you?
No.
No, I was gonna fix
Did
it. No, I was gonna fix the token if you did.
Oh, no. I've got the Fog of War on. That's what
That's
I
right.
like to use.
I was offering to fix it for you, Pedro.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. So we head back over to Molly's.
Yeah. You go up there. It's a pretty good farmhouse, a little bit worn down, but it's obviously well kept up. There's candles in the windows, and there's a little boy. As soon as he sees you guys coming up, he jumps down and throws open the door and says, "Adventurers! Hi!"
Hi, what's your name? My name's Falstar. You can call me Fal.
"Hi, Fal. My name's Ehrlich. I'm gonna be an adventurer too when I grow up." He's about like 8.
What kind of adventure?
A good one!
Sounds good to me.
Spell the name, please.
Jen looks at the little. How old is he?
He's 8.
Looks at me and goes, "That sounds like you already had an adventure."
Really?
Well, you found the cape, didn't you?
Yeah, we did!
He goes, "One adventure down."
Oh! He does like a fist pump and he's all happy and excited. "Mom!" He runs back inside. "Mom! Mom! I did it! I went on an adventure!" "You did what?" "Oh, we found the cave!" "Oh! Okay. I thought you were keeping watch for the adventurers, dear." Like, "Oh yeah! They're here! Come on!" He runs back and starts pulling you inside.
Is pulled.
Jacob will reach a hand down, lightly touching the boy's shoulder with one hand, and reach into his pouch, withdrawing out one giant crocodile tooth, and offer it to the little boy. All great adventures need to end up being able to have at least one trophy.
Jared puts his back to the boy after it's done, looks at Jacob, opens his bag of holding, starts pulling out an iron giant sword. I was gonna give him this. He puts it back in.
Pull what out?
An iron giant sword.
Joshua blinks.
He has a dismantled iron giant in the bag of holding.
He does. I ended up seeing it on the broadcast. I was sitting there laughing when I was watching it go by.
He takes it. This is huge. Where'd you get it from? What is it? Is it real?
It is completely real. I actually ended up being able to kill the beast that previously held it.
What was it?
It was a giant crocodile.
You see him, he's mouthing the words, so he, like, committing it to memory.
Which is even more amazing because the giant crocodile teeth came from the adventure where he ended up having to help Andulia.
Is that Julia?
She was a
There's a
druid
scrunch-
friend of mine back in the
There's
day.
a scrunch in Jared's face.
But she ran off a while back.
I didn't think you could run off from being an adventurer.
Oh, I forgot who everyone was.
But see, now he has more friends. Motion
Yes.
More friends are always important in life.
He looks over at all of you, kind of a critical eye. And he's counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I want to be adventurer. I need 3 more friends.
I'll be your friend.
I'll be your friend.
You will?
Of course we will.
Hey!
And we'll help you on your adventures once your mother says you're old enough to do it.
Really? He beams, he's got a big smile on his face. Stars in his eyes, he's all excited. Mom, look what I... He runs inside the kitchen. Mom, look what I found!
Look, he's like the size of his chest.
He's dragging it. Mom, look! Look, what is that? Oh God, what is that thing? That scratched the floor. Where did you get that?
You know, I feel like I should never let any of you near my kids. If
I'm
I
just
ever
glad
have
that
any.
I'm just glad that Jacob did give him the giant crocodile's entire head because he has that in his bag too.
That might not be good anymore.
It's okay. It was mostly being done as a trophy anyway. He didn't want to maintain it.
Molly actually comes around and looks. And says, "Oh, there you are. I assume the giant tooth is one of yours. Thank you for letting her look at it."
An adventurer needs to be able to have a trophy, and he's already been on one grand adventure, so he now has a trophy to remember his adventure for.
She smiles. Well, thank you.
And
He's gonna try.
Jaren looks. And he learned the most important part of being an adventurer.
Oh?
Always coming home.
She smiles. She's pleased at that. Nods. I agree with that. That's adventuring.
If he looks, he goes, is it ready or do we still have a few minutes? I'd like to show the boys something.
Oh yeah, we still have a few minutes.
He kind of looks to Tarek. Shall we show him a bit of what being disciplined and can entail?
He smiles and nods.
He looks to he goes, unfortunately, I believe we'll need your magics, where we can regenerate our key a little bit easier.
So, wait, what are you asking, healing?
No. He's saying we need your magic, so they're going to show him the monk stuff. Basically, out of character. Show him the monk stuff because it's resources we can get back while we eat. Where you guys won't get your spells back.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, fair enough. Yeah. I mean, I can inspire you guys if you guys want. I get that back at a short rest.
Yeah, well, I don't think we'll need it.
No.
So yeah, to take the kids outside is, if you guys want to stay or inside or come outside. And Jaren looks at him and goes, see, myself and Tarek here, we are both monks of just different disciplines. But it teaches you to be very disciplined. You must learn and focus on yourself so that you can help others. And looks at Tarek. Tarek, 4 elements if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Nods, indeed.
Just show them what you can do.
He's nodding. He's nodding along, and like he's sitting cross-legged and just watching attentively.
Is there a pond or a lake nearby?
There's the well.
Oh. I need like a body of water. That's what I was thinking of doing.
Could have just run up a tree.
There's that too. He runs up a tree.
Whoa! You didn't use your hands or anything! How'd you do that? Is that what a nunk does?
That's
Monk.
Monk.
Jan looks at him and goes, I'm a monk of the Sun Soul. I can take my inner being and form. And he throws it straight up into the sky. He throws 3 radiant sunbolts, spending ki. So like the Hadoukens. And then he conjures the radiant fireball and throws it up into the sky. So it kind of lights up and explodes.
Wow! We can see everything.
Your portable fireworks.
Yeah. Literally on portable fireworks.
And your portable nightlight.
That must be really good for signaling people. Look at that. I bet they saw that from town. That's so cool. Like, of course, when you did that, all the birds fall silent and night critters because they're like, "What the heck?"
It's light.
They are so confused.
I jump out of the tree, which is in itself is an interesting thing.
He's gonna glides down.
You can fly. There's a bird that like hits you in the head as it passes by. It's very confused.
No, I can fall with style.
Maybe I can try that.
No,
Please
No.
don't.
it takes much time to learn and hone your skill.
Okay. Time to learn hold skill. He's writing on a piece of parchment.
So you can read.
Yeah. Well, I'll make sure that we learn all of our stuff. So, because we have to be good, and then we have to get really good and learn all of our letters. All of them, and then we have to do all of our chores, and then we get to play.
If you stay safe, I'll send you a book on monks.
Really?
Nods.
Thank Thank you! I'll stay super safe.
I want to cast a cantrip.
Okay.
Just prestidigitation and like I pull up one of my fingers to the sky and like it basically becomes like a miniature sparkler. You know what I mean?
Your fingers explode. Are you okay?
Jared laughs. We can't hold that one.
Jocelyn just smiles and giggles to that. No, it's magic. And then she casts lighter on herself, which makes her glow like this.
Oh! Like he did! You're a monk too! Cool!
No, I'm a bard.
Oh, we have a bard!
But I'm different from other bards, you see. From learning stories and gathering information about others, I became what people call a lore bard, College of Lore. I use magic as well as play instruments, but not to the effect someone... I'm not sure if you would know what a wizard is, so... But not to the effect of someone who wears robes and uses a staff. I bolster my allies with my own words, as well as hinder my enemies with those same words. Words are powerful and words contain weight, but mine just contain more weight than others. She smiles.
Mom always said you had to say nice things.
And saying nice things to your allies will allow them to perform better than they ever thought possible.
She looks around. She looks to one of the two monks to try and inspire, just to prove like bardic inspiration.
It'd be hard to visibly see though.
True, but I'm like trying to say that like the words like make you like go further than you thought you could, or something like that. I don't know.
Jen looks at Jacob and says, "Jacob here is a ranger."
Jacob gives a nod.
Rangers are... Why don't you explain to him what your purpose is in a party?
Typically, you end up having druids who end up being the healers that end up taking care of the wilds and the areas that are around themselves. The rangers are more of the militant force. We directly seek out and end up handling and taking down threats that end up going against those who are friends, our family, our homes.
You protect.
We are protectors against all things, whether it ends up being monsters in caves or plants that end up catching diseases, or even, and Jacob will reach it just inside of his cloak and bring out one of the trophy items that he ended up having from a previous fight, which is a small red dragon tooth necklace.
Another tooth, but it's teeny.
It is, but it's a dragon's tooth.
Really?
It really is.
Jen looks it over, trying to figure out what color it was.
It said real red dragon's tooth.
Yeah, no, I'm saying it's red dragon, but the teeth are all the same.
Yeah, I'm saying the skin might have ended up showing at the very top of the tooth.
That's
where
what
it connects.
He's looking. There's a reason for it.
Yep.
He looks in foul.
I'm good with a staff, especially this staff, and he taps it on the ground, and a slight flicker of electricity runs up and down it.
Jocelyn gives us something up to foul.
You have a... Is he wearing his robes?
No.
Okay. But he has his staff. Are you the wizard? Like what he said?
Not anymore.
You're supposed to be though. That's so cool!
I think this time his mom's probably calling us for dinner.
Oh yeah.
Alright,
He
you
shoots
go
him.
home. Remember, a good adventurer always goes home.
Adventure always goes home.
It's the number one
He jumps up and... No, wait, roll. Got it. He jumps up and he starts going back to the house and he stops and he looks back. And we all go home together, right?
Yep. Jaren starts following.
Together.
He goes in and he's telling Mom all about it. And she's nodding along as like you guys sit, and she scoops out like portions and different things. And then she sits and you guys eat. I didn't know if you wanted to have any conversation or...
No, I think I know that Jaren would inform them about the dwarves and what they were able to find out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. She's like, well, that explains why it was so cheap, I guess. But, okay. Hopefully, there's no dead dwarves in there.
If there is, we'll make sure we get a cleric sent to you.
Thank you.
And now be safe.
Safe is good. She kind of tussles the boy's hair, and he does the mom.
Yeah, I think as they finish up dinner and head out, outside once they're away from the family, Jaren looks there and goes, so, something should be said. Dwarves generally don't give up territory unless there's something there stopping them.
Agreed.
And if this has been sealed, we should think that things came from below.
Underdark below?
Potentially.
Possibly.
Grix, other sorts.
I don't like a thing from the Underdark. Disgusting creatures.
I don't know much of the Underdark, to be honest with you.
Jared chuckles. Did you tell the drow there that?
Most.
No, I meant the one in the guild.
Yeah. Nice people are nice things are nice. Other not nice things are not
Jared's
nice.
just chuckling at the bards misspeak.
Yes.
So I assume it's me and Tarek up front.
Yep.
Jacob, are you using your swords or using?
He will be using it. He'll go forward with the swords.
Okay.
And then there's me. Am I the only backline in this group?
Yeah, you wouldn't be.
I'll be
Val
mid.
has no powers.
Okay. Oh dear. If something comes up behind us, oh dear.
I have potions. I'll run back and forth. Anybody that
Perhaps-
needs healing.
I was about to say, perhaps Faust stay in the back to help in case anything and comes try to goes in within melee range
Yeah,
of
just
Josh.
do it 32.
Okay, you guys go up. Jared, since you're first up, give me an athletics, because you're just moving some of the rubble that's up there, so you guys can get in.
Athletics, okay, this can go great. It's a 4. Monks, man, monks.
Can Jacob assist Jaren?
Yeah. There you go. Jared, you try and you struggle, but
He just
it's
starts
really
punching
different.
the rubble.
Wow. Much discipline.
Start punching it. Rocks give way, and rocks fall. Everyone dies. No, you go and you move, and Jacob he starts lifting up things, and you're punching your way through. Grady would be so proud, and you end up making a pretty decent sized pathway.
I like to think it's almost like training. Like it's just Tarek and Jaren just sitting there. Just,
Jacob's just tossing the rocks up in front of him, and they're just punching the rocks out of the way.
I mean, we
like
don't
that.
care. We don't care. We're gonna have fun.
Before Firefly kills us.
Yes.
Okay, and you guys can see what 60 feet.
Well, obviously I'd step in. So.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and give a perception check.
I'm gonna cast Pass Without a Trace to the staff.
Okay.
Just so that's there.
Okay. Plus 10 to stealth rolls. No one's stealthed yet, but it's always good to have. Are you
I think
looking or listening?
I'm listening.
You still have to concentrate on it if it's through the stuff.
Yep.
It's just
Yep.
And I'll roll my stealth for now.
I'll roll mine too.
Okay. It's a plus 10. Jacob
31.
vanishes from this plane.
31, 34, 26, 24, 12.
22.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me just do. Oh, darn it. I didn't whisper it.
Oh, and Jacob has.
Darn it.
Jacob
okay,
has
we don't-
boots of elven kind, so that would actually be the 28.
Well,
38.
If it's relying on sight. 38.
Boots. It'd be sound.
Yeah, or yeah,
That's what he's saying.
I meant.
No,
I was just
actually,
saying so
yeah.
far as sound.
Yeah, no sound. There's no vibrations. I like it. Yeah, you guys go up, and Jaren, you were listening. You hear it sounds like turning and shifting. Could be rock sliding together. Could just be, movement in the cave. And you hear it on either side. Yeah.
Jaren's gonna point to either side, and he's gonna move up to here and look. Both sides. Anything there?
There's 2 holes.
How big are the holes?
2 holes. Holes where?
On either side. One here. And there's one here. Looks like something a large creature would have had.
He motions for Jacob to get there. And he picks up a rock and throws it at the back wall. In hopes that Jacoby has his bow ready.
Yeah, as you do that, it hits across the wall, and as soon as it hits the ground, there's this big purple, many-legged, large creature that comes out. He's armed with 2 big great axes. As he looks around and he goes, ah! And he looks and he's facing toward the rock, and he looks at the rock, and his 17,000 little skittery scale feet skitter. It has 2 antennae, and they just shift around. He looks confused.
I'm having trouble picturing this thing.
Can I make a roll to see if I know what it is?
Yeah.
What kind of roll?
Give me nature.
Can I roll it too, or?
Oh, that thing. Yeah.
This is a critter known as a Minotaur.
Large creatures are 4x4, by the way.
Oh.
He's a bit tight
Or
in
2
there.
by
Yeah,
2.
but
2 by 2, sorry. 4 squares total.
Jacob gives a slight glance towards Jaren.
It grumbles to itself.
Do I know what language it might speak?
what?
Common?
Yeah.
I mean,
What all do we know on a 29?
On the 29, Derek, you would know that it's a the Minotaurs are large monstrosities. They can climb really well. They're good for burrowing. They're pretty fast. Pretty hardy.
Do we know anything about their disposition?
from. Give me a history.
Okay. This will go great. 6.
7.
Jocelyn, you would have heard stories since you're a bard. You would have heard stories about these critters coming along, and sometimes in the bard tales they're help and aid the adventurers, and then some of them they're fiercely territorial and protective of what they have.
Can I tell which one this guy is, or just from looking at him, or?
No, from what you can tell, it just seemed to be up to the individual characteristics of the critters. Not like the red ones are bad, the green ones are blue, or the green ones are good, or something like that.
Okay, but I know
He's just purple.
But I know what languages they speak, or?
Yeah, you would hail that since they were able to communicate with adventurers that they speak common.
They speak common. Okay, yeah, I informed the party of that. Hello.
Its antennae and head swivel around. It still has its like 2 axes out as it looks to you. Really?
Kitten just scared me.
Get on.
So have we spoken to it yet?
Yeah, I just said hello to it.
I am holding an action to blast it if it starts to try and kill us.
Yep, I will hold for my blades.
I'm talking, so I probably can't hold any actions.
So, what are you doing here?
I live here. We work here. It's fun. Who are you?
Oh, I'm just an adventurer.
Oh, there used to be adventurers here. They were fun. And then they were gone. And then they weren't. Are you here for fun?
What kind of fun?
Oh, they're fun! Sometimes they go like backwards and then they go forward. And sometimes they don't make it out. But sometimes they go back down and then we never see them. But I like it when they stay up here. It's fun.
Oh,
Do you know what is down there?
Oh, it shivers. I know. Oh, death. Death's down there. Don't go.
what? Do you anything in specific besides death?
Many of the Militar died.
Many what? I couldn't hear you, Firefly.
Many of the Militar died. Don't know. We stay here. It's safe.
Nature to figure that out? Wouldn't figure out what those are?
What?
Militar? We're
Oh,
talking to one.
Oh, Militar.
Yeah.
Oh, I couldn't
Anyways,
understand you.
yeah.
I couldn't understand like Firefly out of character. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. Shh, nod.
How long have they been down there? Whatever it is, this death.
Not long. Well, yes, long. No. Time's weird up here. But it's nice.
How many Militaurs we left?
Wee! He points over to the other, like over here, to the other tunnel.
Behind
says-
us.
And he says, I get them! They say hi! He scrottles back down in his hole, and then he pops back up over here. It looks like he does anyway.
And any differentiating details that I could tell from one another, or is it actually the same one?
Nah, this one's different. This one has like a spot of green under its eye. It looks to you all. Looks to the other one. Who are these? These adventurers. Oh, are they? It's about time someone did. Are they here for the? Are they here for his death? I'm like, no, it pauses. Don't think so. Are you?
The
I
what?
didn't hear what was said.
We hadn't
Or understand, I
quite
should say.
yet heard anything about the deaths. Could you tell us more about it if you know anything else?
We stay up here. As long as we stay up here, it doesn't usually bother us. You'll have to excuse Jerry. He's a bit scared.
Which one's Jerry?
The one on the right.
Yes, I was about to ask what's your name? That's the other one.
Sleazen. It's nice to meet you.
Sleazen and Jerry. Gotcha. Could you spell that, please?
All the notes.
We stay here. We do our work. They stay there below, and we don't bother them. They don't bother us. Unless, of course, something happens.
Can you
How did
describe
you
the
all get
death?
here? There's a bunch of green light as you go in. Poison, one of them said before it died.
It's certainly never a good thing.
No, I don't think so.
We have come because we have to deal with the death. This cave has been sealed for a while, but it's recently become unsealed. So, if we don't, we're afraid that whatever's below will come up and try to eat people.
It's broken. He looks up, sees the big giant hole from where you guys came in. Yeah, that's not good.
Very broken.
Should be fine. They don't know yet. Should be okay. Just have to be very quiet. It'll be fine.
How quiet? Very quiet.
Would you perhaps consider helping us?
Looks over to Jerry. Looks back to them. Me? Maybe. Jerry should stay here.
Well, together, there's nothing that can stop us. Teamwork is key. She smiles.
Maybe. I'm gonna have to talk with all the others to see what they want to do.
How many more are there?
Us,
Lots.
including me and Jerry. There's about 10 of us left.
Oh,
Well, think of it this way. If you help us, you won't have to deal with the death anymore. And then we did our job and you helped us.
and someday there may be more than 10.
Yeah. And when you have more than 10, there's even less worry about this, and you have more space.
I'm gonna have more space. Yeah. We've been trying to dig our way out for a bit, but it's slow going. These rocks, he pats one of them. They're tough.
Why are you trying to dig your way out?
Well, I wanted to go home. Jerry wanted to explore. We met in the middle. Except our exploring led us a little bit away. And then there was this big shift. And we couldn't find our way back. So we've been here. It's been really boring.
Helping us might not be boring.
I'd rather not die, thank you.
Well, you won't die.
Mm-hmm. That's what Torin said. Mm-hmm. Skewered
Who's
like a
Torin?
pig. Oh, that was his brother. He points to Jerry.
Ah. Sorry to hear about the fall of your brother, Jerry.
It's okay.
So how deadly is this death?
You mentioned poison.
It's death.
Points to Val. That he understands. None of you are like the little folk that were here before. Very strange.
Between 1 and death, I think they would rate it as death.
That is how our rating system works. How did you know?
Well, there are variations of death. I fought something that called itself death. It died.
You fought death?
That's another story.
You fought death before? That's perfect. You can totally help. It'll be fine.
Yeah, he did too. He points to Foul.
Agreed.
Both did? Guys, they fought death before. You see moving about from various tunnels and things through the wall. About 10 different purple heads just peek out and look at you all. Eh?
Waves.
They blink.
Keeps waving.
One of them whispers to the other, "Is he attacking us?" No, he hasn't yet. Sleaze's talking to him just fine. And Jerry. They haven't killed Jerry. That's good. That's good. I wonder why they're here. I don't know. Sleazen looks over to him. And he says, they said that they're here to help. Go over to stop the death. He looks to him.
Yeah. It's something we'll need everyone's help for. All 10 of you.
Us?
If we all fight together, death won't stand a chance. No one will get too badly hurt, and we'll all be happy. You guys get more space, we complete our job, and no one will get hurt, and this just ends happily without too much stress or worry.
Roll me a persuasion.
Alright. Oh, I'm proud of myself for this one.
If you had nat 1 after saying that.
Still would have been a 16.
Yeah, because now one's not anything anymore. Let's do. Yeah. They go up and Sleazen goes over to him and compares amongst themselves and says, "It's the best chance we got. Nothing else will be like the little ones were, but it'll be okay. Like it always is."
Mm-hmm. We can get through all this together, working as a team.
They've been talking with the Militar. There's about 10 of them that have appeared. They're looking at you, Josh, and roll persuasion to get them on your side. He beat the DC quite handily. So they seem to be talking about terms about where you should go.
And they had to introduce the fact that there is a green gas further down that is called death, or green glow, and it was introduced as a potential poison, or that it is poison.
Which 2 of our people are immune to if it is poison?
I guess the most handily thing Jaren would have added is, can we trust them not to mess with the family or the town?
Ain't nobody asked that.
We hadn't got to that part yet.
Oh.
Yep.
I was busy persuading them to join our side.
Against death.
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of thinking that we would wait till after we fought death and maybe some of them die. So in that case, if they do turn against us for that reason, there'd be less of them. But that was my line of thinking.
Slavis looks at you.
I didn't say that out loud. That's what I was thinking.
Jaren looks at them. So if death is defeated, what of you and what of the townspeople?
It gives a slow blink. There's a town there now?
How long have you been in this cave?
Don't know.
He said that time was awkward in the cave because they don't have sunlight and they don't have sunset. The question should be posed, according to Jacob, is if death ends up being defeated and you all end up being able to maintain being in this cave, will you seek to harm the people beyond the cave, or will you seek to help them?
What do they need help with? One of them pipes up, I'm good at basket weaving.
They could potentially end up trading basket weaving with you. I noticed that Jerry has weapons. You could offer protection against other threats.
Jerry looks over, he grins, like, yeah, I have lots of weapons. He has like, let me see if I can get this.
Jaren says, you all need some time to discuss your options, correct?
He nods.
We'll step out of the cave for a few, and we'll give you your privacy. We'll, make sure that everything can be amenable.
Sleeping nods. Thank you. I don't know.
So once they're a little bit of ways out, Jaren looks to the party.
Can they be trusted?
That's not the most of our problems, potentially.
And what?
He kind of rubs his forehead. Matthew is still a blood hunter, is he not?
As far as I know.
It's all I know of him.
Last I knew, he was still a blood hunter and had been asked to depart after he had ended up being involved in some riots.
What is a blood hunter?
Is your point that these creatures are monstrosities and that...
My point is, are we writing a check that the country won't cash?
What do you mean?
If it was Marcus, we could talk to Marcus. I don't know Matthew.
In other words, do we have the authority to make a deal with them?
Should we talk to the city first?
I would rather not speak potentially to the city, because what if they just want them to be killed? He sighs. I propose we see if they're amicable to moving elsewhere, away from the city, so that they can be safe for themselves. I don't know this.
To go home.
I really don't know much of this area.
Yeah, they did say that Jerry wanted to adventure and the others of them wanted to go home. So it may be definitely possible to see if they could situate themselves somewhere else more amenable to their needs, their wants, without being close to Silvervine's host center.
Right.
I just know that blood hunters see enemy or friend. There is no gray.
I don't like that, Jocelyn says. I trust everyone. I don't have a reason to not trust these guys.
Jaren looks to Jocelyn. You are the one that has spoken to them the most, I believe. This would be your continuance.
So you would like me to request them to find...
Only because we do not have the authority to say that they'd be safe here. At least we're being honest with them.
Yes, I can appreciate and understand that. I think that would be for the best.
We should understand that, as was said, I think, by Tarek, correct? They are fiercely territorial. So this could end up turning bad. But at least we're being honest.
Well, for what Silshim was saying, this isn't their home.
But if they live here, it will become their home. And if children end up going in the cave, that ends up becoming a problem.
But no, saying these militars don't live here. This is their territory. They're trapped. They were trapped here, or stuck here.
For so many years that they may think of it as their territory now.
We're just unsure. We hope. We can hope, Tarek,
Yeah.
that is the case, but we need to be prepared as well. For the
Yeah.
And what do we do if they disagree? What do we do when they say, if they say that they want to stay here?
Tell them that we can't. We would tell them that they can't really interact with the city. That we need a way to make sure that no one comes back here, because if they're found, we don't know how the Lord would act. I'm not against them staying. I'm
don't want
making
to
sure
see
we are not the ones being deceitful.
We could see if Molly would be interested in being an intermediary between the town and
But
them.
if they know of their existence, you see how rumors spread. Even if they're nice, think about how the stories were framed of little knowledge they had of Marcus, and he was a public figure. Now imagine some sort of creature living in the cave.
That all depends on if you think that Molly would end up spreading rumors or if she'd be interested in
Not
just
Molly.
being the intermediary.
Anyone that hears about it.
People twist words easily, for their own gain or otherwise.
I do have a bard. Smiles and chuckles towards Joshua. And motions
Jacob
to-
chuckles as well.
Doesn't get the joke.
Your skill and talent lays behind words.
Yep. And I know for a fact that people twist and turn words for their own benefit. I do. Look what I did there.
Anyway, let's go see what they'll agree to.
Okay. So talking to them about them going back to their original home, yes.
Right.
Okay.
We head back inside.
Okay. I assume you all head inside, or is it just Joshua, or what?
We're all going. Jocelyn would be up front. He is the person speaking.
Oh, okay. So right here?
That's just protocol. But you know you have us that are ready for fight if need be.
Out of character, this has never happened before, and I'm very nervous.
Yes, it has.
Okay.
Just this time, you're not going to end up having a dwarven female talking about you grabbing her on the butt.
You have to remind me about that. Oh my god. Anyway.
No pressure. It's just, the lives of innocents.
Yeah, the worst that can happen is you end up being married to Jerry's sister.
Or Jerry.
Or Jerry.
Good. Jerry's right here, by the way. He waves as you pass by.
So we propose that after we fight off the death together, that you all head to your original home.
Jerry looks disheartened. But explore.
You can explore near your home.
It's a grand adventure to return home.
Always returning home. That's the second half of any adventure.
That doesn't mean you can't venture out later. Jaren would add, backing up Jocelyn.
And it doesn't mean that we couldn't perhaps see if some of the merchants involved with the guild would be interested in buying some of their produced products, like the woven baskets and such.
It tilts its head to Jacob.
There are many alternatives.
And heading home to your original home. It would be a grand adventure that you desire as well.
And I heard a very wise man recently speak that at the end of every great adventure, the biggest part is returning home.
He looks thoughtful. He goes up here and he tugs on Sleazen's arm, and Sleazen comes out here. I go, oh, they're back. And he goes up here, says, we came to an agreement.
You'd like to hear yours first, then?
Oh, yeah. We talked it over, and we discussed it. I said that being here was all fine and dandy, but if we could help get rid of the death, then who knows? Maybe there's another way we haven't tried down that way.
So you're thinking about after getting rid of death to go to the original home, yes?
He blinks. Jerry wanted to adventure, but I suppose I think it'd be good to go home after so long.
Yes. Something that I assume many of you would like. I spoke to Jerry about it. He seemed to be thinking. The second part of any adventure is what I told Jerry, with what we told Jerry, is coming home. And the end of every great adventure, you go home.
It's probably been a while since we've been home, too. It'd be good to see everyone. See how everything's fared. Come on! It motions and some of the other Militars slither down into tunnels and move on around. And it beckons you guys forward, and it points to the statue. Don't go near that thing.
Why?
It's a great sparring partner, but it's great for us. You are tiny.
So it comes to life.
Yeah, sparring partner.
Okay.
What's this down here? And this down here?
Well, that's a chest over on the left. Then over on the right, there's a dwarf skeleton and some kind of gushy thing.
Is the area safe over there? I asked the administrators. Like, if I go over there, is a trap gonna spring or something gonna come out and try to eat me?
No, not a trap. There's one of those slimy things that was there before. I was in one of those tombs, but it should be dead, maybe. I think it hasn't moved in a while.
And what about this? Is that why?
That's a chest.
But I'm asking them, like, why haven't they taken that or something?
That doesn't have food in it. Last we sailed, it jingled, which was neat, but that won't help us. It's always there if we need it.
Does anyone? He looks to the party. Anyone have any quarrels if we were to go look at that chest? Yeah.
Perhaps we should wait till after we deal with the death. We can get on the way out.
All right.
Well, I'm gonna move forward unless someone stops me. I'm gonna jump to here to join the other, since we're moving forward.
Moving forward? Alrighty.
So the statue comes to life, and I think Fowl or Jacob who was asking about this thing over here to the right.
Wasn't me.
No one asked about the thing to the right, actually. What is this thing to the right?
It was Fowl.
Oh, hold on, I'll make it big.
It was someone with a deep voice.
It is. It's just like a painting. It was broken and tattered. See?
Ah, okay.
Oh, okay.
You could tell at one time it probably showed a dwarf, like, standing all proud and noble and everything, but it obviously been... Yeah, all dwarfy.
So how the wall... I'm assuming this is like a carved stone. This isn't a cave, per se. It's like... Right?
This part inside is, yeah.
Is it, I guess, dwarven make?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so...
Yeah, you can see the path where you guys are on here. I don't know if you guys saw that. It's carved, and then the path that's out here is just more like stone that you can see, like on the walls. That's what they've been digging to.
Hey, Jerry. You spoke that the statue was a good sparring partner. Is there any way to be able to guide the statue towards the death?
You could try. We're a bit too big. We always get stopped, but you're smaller. You might could do it. Keep its attention a little bit.
Something to consider if it comes down to it.
And if we're running out, I think it could be possible. But like, I don't feel like getting chased for the entire time we're going down there.
That's a lot of militars.
Isn't it?
Yep, 10 of them.
There's 12, because it was 10
Oh,
others, and then Jerry and Sleeping.
Right.
Like 8 of them wave their battle axe to you.
I wave my staff at them.
I knocked you.
Oh, he's attacking! No.
And roll for initiative.
And that's how I got everyone killed.
So since no one did this, you're not
What do you-
planning to set us up into a trap, right?
Oh, totally not. Not them. They're good.
28.
That's almost an 20. That's a really good roll. No.
Okay.
They totally don't go down and bring people up. Not people, but critters and things. They're nice. They really are. I'm sorry. It just came out weird.
Yeah.
Come out super
Like-
sarcastic.
Sorry.
Okay, Jaren will then proceed forward.
What's the thing in the middle?
That's a tomb.
I assume it's closed.
Any writing on it?
Do you speak Dwarven?
I do.
No.
Yes.
I do.
Alright, now everyone speak up at once.
Nope.
I only know 2 languages, so this is one of the few times I can say one of my extra languages are useful.
Yeah, you go and you read it. You're on one side, Fal. Josh, you're on the other. The Militars look to you curiously, and they. You read that it's the name of the person that was buried here.
What's his name?
Oakenstone Shield.
Okay, hold on. Write that down.
History?
History, yeah.
Sure.
Okay, history. Did someone assist me?
What's the name on it?
Okay.
I'll cast guidance on Jaren. How about that? If he
There we
wants to
go.
make it.
I'll assist.
No whammies. And a D4.
+1.
14. Good thing Faye got foul.
Yes.
Hey!
Oh, Jacob.
Nice, Jacob.
Oh, good thing we have Jacob and foul.
Right.
It's like the rogue knows things.
What are you trying to look for, Fal, with your history? You're trying to remember.
I'll be right back.
Basically, who he was in relationship, time-wise ago.
Stone Shield, Oakenstone Shield. You know that it's not a name that's around here, so you would get the fact that it's probably pretty old. The tomb itself looks not battle-worn, but just old and worn, because where the Militars just didn't take care of it, they'd scrape across it, and you could see where there's scratch marks and different things.
So we're talking hundreds of years.
Mhm. Jacob, what were you looking for?
Jacob was trying to figure out what connections Oakenstoneshield might have had and the reach of his influence, and would probably try to figure out if it would have gone this far, or if Jacob thought, because he has a military background, if there was any next of kin in a particular location that Jacob could look into.
Well, if I would be able to tell you that it's hundreds of years old, obviously, you would get that Oakenstoneshield himself. You're a ranger. Yeah, you'll get that sometimes there's been stories of dwarves that go out and do alchemy and different types of things. This appears probably where he did his work.
That doesn't bode well for dwarves if he's coming to caves near this area and making poisons.
The townsfolk did say it was workshop.
Mm-hmm.
So we can see this green mist stuff, right?
Oh yeah.
Nature to figure out what the heck the green mist stuff is?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They're also doing the same.
Arcane?
Same.
Mm-hmm.
My +7 is failing me.
Jaren, it's not natural. Joshua, you get the same thing. Jacob, same thing. Val, it's magical a little bit. You get the sense that it's a really weird color for magic, but it seems to be illuminating more than actually harming.
Pass the information along.
Okay, that's good to know.
So dispel it.
I don't have Dispel Magic.
I
That's
don't have it anymore.
I don't have Dispel Magic. That's probably a spell I should have, though.
Look around the outside to see if there's a way of turning it off.
Not that you can see. There's steps that go down, so that you can go down like there's a corridor. It's old and worn, and there's some moss on the side, but...
Jacob looks back and forth between Jaren and Tarek.
Alright, I'm back. What happened?
We're looking at the green glowing mist
Okay.
door thing. We can go
Jaren
through.
sticks his hand in it.
Your hand turns green.
Pull it out.
Your hand goes back to normal.
So
It's
paint
not caustic.
me the picture again. It's
Green mist.
mist.
It's like a light.
It's more of a light than it is a damage. It's arcane in nature.
It's coming up from like there's some stairways that are staircase going
Okay.
down, and then there's the light that's coming up. You can tell where it looks like these people have tried to squeeze their way through for a little bit, and then they've gotten through, and then you'll see there's blood stains on the side of the walls, different things, but without going down, don't know what's there.
Jaren pulls out his katana and goes, "Well, you almost died the other day, so apparently it's my turn." And he starts going down.
Jacob will follow.
I bow to him, and they let you follow.
I guess following. Oh, this is a good idea, right?
We still have Pass Without a Trace, so
All the militaries follow you guys.
Can I just say, out of character, this has been a very interesting one shot.
It's enjoyable.
I made Jerry buddy.
We have an army of militars. Put that shit out.
Yeah, you just have an army of them next to me. Oh, that's so funny.
you sound excited. There's two down.
Locks them all up. Get down there and watches what happens. Just kidding.
What?
Locks them all in the poison, see what happens.
Jacob starts rolling a cigarette.
I think that moves everybody.
There's 2 more.
Yeah, the bottom.
You forgot Jerry.
And Sildren.
Oh, I'm sorry, buddies.
Silshim.
I've got J-Dog and S Rizzy.
F. Rizzy.
I saw you struggling there.
You guys go down. Are you just walking down there, or?
Well, let's try to be stealthy.
Stealthy.
Yeah, the Militars are too.
Literally called death.
There's blood on the wall. Let's
25.
24.
investigate.
34 for me
I'm
and Jacob.
assuming it's dry blood, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But you never know.
30. Pass without trace is still up. All those poor Militars. They needed all the help they could get.
I mean, I can only cast it on
Seven.
6 of them, I think. Or 6 people at once, I think.
Jerry gets it.
Jaren?
Oh, this isn't Whisper either.
I get red box. What am I doing?
Jaren still hadn't rolled for stealth, that's what I was saying. No, it just hadn't come up yet.
15. So 25.
Okay.
It just hadn't come up yet, so I was letting Firefly know.
Oh, thank you. Okay, you guys go down, and you see.
Actually, I could cast it on everyone. It doesn't have a limit. It just has to be within 30 feet of me.
Yeah, but you'd have to recast it.
Yeah, but it's from the staff. It's an unlimited amount. So I could have done it before we went down. And give the Nimiturs stealth.
This has been very fun.
You go downstairs.
Sev. I think it was Sev that disappeared anyway.
I'm right here.